Zombies are a popular creature, often being portrayed in horror media, like movies, games, and books. While these movies are good fun, the original meaning was lost in translation over the years. In the 1800s,
Haitian
folklore told that if you committed suicide, you'd become a zombie, an undead slave who continued working for its master. They would also rumor about voodoo priests who took the dead and turned them into their own slaves. The original depictions aren't as rough as the modern ones. Their skin isn't decaying, and they aren't violent. Speaking of modern depictions of zombies, they only really changed once English-speaking countries heard stories about them. That's when they started to become more decomposed and violent. In 1968, the movie Night of the Living Dead popularized using the zombie format as a metaphor, and fans calling the undead zombies. Return of the Living Dead popularized the idea that zombies ate brains. With more and more zombie movies coming out, the greater in scale it would become. 28 Days Later, The Walking Dead, and The Last of Us showed a full zombie apocalypse. With more recent zombie movies having used zombies as a stand-in for minority groups, like with the Disney movie Zombies, I believe that zombies were changed to be less relatable. These are zombies, mindless undead. They aren't supposed to serve a character, they're meant to be a drone. The closest movie I've seen to capture the original folk tale is
You are now the greatest superhero of all time, the amazing Captain Underpants! Tra-la-la!
Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. Yes, I'm serious. While it's not a huge point within the movie, the zombie kids aren't violent and aren't as disturbing as modern depictions. These capture the original tale in a way I haven't seen a zombie movie depict before. They are both turned into slaves by a higher power, they are both not decomposing corpses, and they both do not show violent tendencies. The main difference I saw was the zombie kids turning purple and being brainwashed by a big robot toilet instead of a voodoo priest. Now, without the setup and history behind us, I will tell you how I would change it. I believe making zombies smarter and stronger would add a unique twist on the overplayed formula. They should also eat brains to gain knowledge, kind of like a parasite. The zombies would be creative with some mixture of US ordnance, like Agent Orange, and voodoo. They could also be used as a storytelling perspective, like how Night of the Living Dead could be a metaphor for the Cold War. We could use the zombies to talk about the cost of war, both for the American and the Vietnamese.
Who is it? Over here, man, hurry!
Firebase Alpha would be a horror drama film focusing on the cost of war and how it affects the soldiers. Like I said before, the zombies would be tougher and smarter, less like zombies and more like the people they once were. The film would take place within a squad of men defending their firebase from the first wave of Vietnamese undead. The main character would be Private Garrett, played by the Timothy Chalamet, the last kid in his neighborhood to be drafted. The movie will follow him through the jungle, an eventual attack on his firebase. Through his eyes, we will learn about his feelings on the Vietnam War and how this virus spreads around a war zone.